Hey, what's going down? I'm Donald Nelson with Supreme Confidence. You're listening to today's episode of the Confidence in the Clutch podcast. The Confidence in the Clutch Network took a long break, y'all. Christmas, traveling, vacay, get into all that later. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence, pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free, keep it a buck, stay woke or get out. Go ball or bust. Listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, YouTube, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. It's important. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes. Visit us on Facebook, Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Coming up, we're going to talk about NBA news, Lakers news, big Lakers news as usual. Everybody been listening. LeBron news, Christmas Day games, Dukes 4 versus the Fab 5, NBA, NFL power rankings, and more. The confidence starts right now. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.
Let's see if it works. There we go. New shit. I said, man, let me get some original beats on this joint, right? Let me get some original beats on this joint, mixed in with the old school hip hop. Let's do something new. Time to revamp and everything, y'all. At Confidence in the Clutch, we are fear more than love, but never hated. Like always, we'll be bringing you quality content with strong opinions and facts. Confidence starts right now. NBA tidbits, y'all. Just stuff that I've been paying attention to since last episode. Now it's finna get heavy with me in the episodes because football season's almost over. And it's basketball, y'all. Everybody know once Christmas start, it's basketball season in this joint. So that's where we at now. This is when people really start paying attention to basketball. So, and that's how we gonna rock and roll. So, past week and a half maybe, the Raptors beat the Warriors, won the series with them 2-0. That's not nothing to look at lightly because remember, Kawhi in the 2016-17 season, remember they was up 21 or 25 points in the third quarter against Golden State when he was with the Spurs. And then Zaza Pachulia came down under his foot when he came down and he messed up his leg. So, and Kawhi never came back in that series. So don't look at this as a fluke. Kawhi is the best two-way player in the game, period, point blank. So I don't even know why we say two-way players should be one of the best basketball players. Basketball has two sides. I mean, the elite players play both sides. Kobe played D, Bone played D, Shaq played D a little bit. I mean, we talking about some of the greats. I mean, they played D. It wasn't no two-way player. It was we getting it in. So that's not nothing to sneeze at, y'all. With the Raptors doing what they do. The whole Jordan with the Malik Monk when he gave him that love tap. That was funny, man. I mean, he ran on the floor. You know what I'm saying, when Jeremy Lamb hit the go ahead 3 and got a technical. You know what I mean, like people was like, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That abuse of power. I was always a teaching moment. Like, he just slapped him in the head like silly goose, like just like old school. That was like some basketball shit, though. Not like some owner and player, like basketball. Like, if I was on the court, like, man, chill out, fam. Like, you know what I mean? But he the OG, too, so it was like a little different. It's like the uncle or the whatever telling you to chill out and like slap you on the back of your head. Like, dog, you doing too much. Chill out. Stop. You know what I mean? That's how I was looking out. That was funny as hell. When Harden dropped 50, 10, and 11 on the Lakers, and it was his 450-point triple-double he had. So Harden has the most 50-point triple-doubles in NBA history. Like, wow. Like, we see a lot of history with this new basketball because they took a lot of D out, so you're going to see a lot of scoring. And everything is to free up the ball handler and free up the shooters. So you're going to see a lot of records getting broke when it comes down to this basketball and what's going on right now. I remember at Charlotte, the Lakers went on a East Coast road trip, and they went 1-4 in their joint. The only game they won was at Charlotte, And that's when LeBron had 24, 12, and 11, and Lonzo had 16, 10, and 10. That was both. They had triple doubles, and that was the first time, according to Bleacher Report, the first time they were the first Lakers duo since Kareem and Magic to get a triple double in a game. So I mean, it's all these different records getting set. That the data now, and how the news cycle runs, and you can go look up anything now on the internet and find all this data. It's just amazing. The stats and all that goes into what's going on. So, but the research, I mean, you got to do research, but research right at the tip of your fingers, and anybody can get this data. But that's amazing for them to do it. Lonzo likes playing with Bron, but Rondo seems like he's a better fit, right? Like, it's crazy, but Lonzo might not just be ready to be the 1-1, right? But Rondo plays better with Bron. Lonzo be doing some stupid stuff still. Like, I be watching the game, but it's all good. Remember Toronto, after they beat the Warriors, then they went in Denver, and they lost to Denver, and that's when they both were leading their respective conferences, and Denver beat them, and Denver beat them without Millsap, Harris, or Barton. Jokic had 26, 9, and 4 that game, and Murray had 19, 5, and 4. Leonard had 29, 14, and 5. But Denver is a sneaky good team right now. Like, them and the Warriors gonna probably go back and forth, 1 and 2 in the West. I don't know how many times they play. That's something to research. Let me put this down, write it down right now. How many times the Warriors and Nuggets have played so far, because those games are going to be epic, especially the way the Nuggets are playing right now. Oh yeah, just let y'all know, Confidence in the Clutch is going to do a year-end show. Yeah, I mean, in the first year, Confidence in the Clutch Network. So we got a couple of end of the season shows. We have Love Affair Discussions with Kels, who will be doing a end of the year show, and the flagship KITK with your boy Donald Nelson is going to be doing an end of the year show with the biggest sports stories. For all our followers, our family members that ride with us and listen to Love Affair Discussions, it's gonna be a little different than the end of the year review. Some of the same content, but not as deep. So that's how it's gonna go with that. But moving on. When the Lakers went 1-3 on that road trip out east, they lost each game by an average of 13 points. Like, they lost to Washington and Brooklyn, and I know they lost to Washington, lost to Brooklyn. I forget who else they lost to on that trip, but it wasn't a good trip for them. You know what I'm saying? I remember they was talking about when Dog had blocked LeBron dunk. Like, man, everybody get their shot blocked, but that's when you got a slow news cycle. They got to look at something that happened to somebody great and blow it out of proportion or whatever. So that was cool. But I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? And then the Warriors keep on losing. They had lost to the Jazz and all that stuff. I just don't get it with the Warriors. They're so inconsistent. Curry and Durant had 30 that game and they still lost. Like, it's just crazy with the Warriors. I don't know. Crazy with the Warriors, and it's crazy with the Lake Show too. Like, I don't when you go back and forth looking at both teams and everything that's going on. So, but once again, it's December. If it's March and they having these problems, then we can sit here and complain and be like, oh man, what's gonna happen? But they got way more than enough time to get their stuff together to make everything right. That's what I say. So, let me see. Oh, where I'm at. Here I am. All right. So, big thing. Another record-breaking thing. Rockets beat the Wizards 136-118. And they set an NBA record for most threes made in a game, like 26. Like, it's just record-breaking city this year. Like, yo, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, though. So, of course, we can't have the good without the bad. And the bad means people have a problem with things being said. And, LeBron ruffled some feathers with his show, The Shop, comparing the NFL and the NBA when he said white owners had slave mentality last Friday. Then they played the Pelicans. And then he said after Friday's game versus the Pelicans that the AD comment said he would love to play with anybody and said they can't shut me up, right? Then like on Saturday, last Saturday, he posted like 21 Savage getting that Jewish money, everything's kosher on IG. I'm saying fair or foul. I'm like, man, LeBron always cussing, quoting rap lyrics, man. Like it is what it is, he is what it is. The thing is, you can't tell the offended party that they shouldn't be offended. Like if somebody called me a black motherfucker or a black nigger or whatever, like they can't tell me, oh, that's not that bad, you shouldn't be offended. Like if I'm offended, I'm offended, right? You know, religious, political beliefs, whatever it is, it's just this overzealous PC internet mafia that's trying to run everything. You can't run everything. You just got to worry about them gatekeepers. But you know what I'm saying? He apologized. He a grown man. He said, man, if I offended anybody, people had a problem with his apology. What you mean if you offended somebody? Listen, man, if I offended anybody, because there's some Jewish people that it didn't offend, I'm sorry, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. That's it. But we all know slave mentality is official. You know, football is truly next man up. They don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? He's right about his voice. But that they can't stop him from talking. They can't shut him up. But he can make it very hard for himself. He's saying people that can't stop you or can't shut you up, people that pay you though. 21 Savage quote was a compliment, right? But my problem is, why do black people emulate every other culture but our own? We don't never really talk. We'll say getting money like somebody, but we don't. I mean, every now and then, but we always emulate somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you 75-25. If you listen to maybe we can just keep it as hip hop. We say 75-25. We talk about getting money like some. We'll say some athletes, but whatever. You know what I mean? But we always talk about Jewish people and their money. Sometimes we talk about Japanese and Chinese and their money. All right, we don't ever talk about black people. We spend the most money as a group of people in the world, like our spending power. We spend like $4 trillion or something, and most of that is on fashion, cars, movies, and all that. We don't own nothing. So, but why do black people emulate every other culture but our own? Is our identity and what was taken from us when we came to this country? So, but what LeBron has to do, he has to watch the gatekeepers who are Jewish, white, and some homosexuals who, you know, like I said, you can say nigga on TV, but you can't say faggot on TV. That's just how I go now. So those are the three groups you can't offend without knowing what you're getting yourself into. Like, you can go ahead, but if you need any of their bread, you ain't gonna get it. So I'm saying, LeBron is on, man. I'm with him 1,000%. Do your thing, Brian. I mean, tell these people they can't stop you from shining. Like, for real. Just, you know, Muhammad Ali did it, he had to sit down. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? People do it. Colin Kaepernick did, he had to sit down. So just don't get in a situation where you got to sit down. And we still riding with you, bro. Right. And I get into these Christmas Day games, man. I was out, beautiful Arizona, Scottsdale, picking grapefruit off the tree. You know what I'm saying? Had a great time. Family is all good. Great time. So I sat there, my back been hurting, y'all know. And I sat there on Tuesday. The bed was terrible at the Airbnb we had in Scottsdale. And it's like, yo, I couldn't do nothing. Like, I couldn't go to my cousin's crib or nothing, go looking at no cribs. So I sat around watching games with my pops, chilling. You know what I mean? He couldn't, his back was hurting too. So we just sat around watching games and all that. So in the first game, the Bucks defeated the Knicks 109-95. Giannis had 30, 14, and 4 steals. And then Kevin Knox led the Knicks with 21, 6, and 3. Giannis is the MVP right now. He's the MVP of the league. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He's the MVP of the league. Period, point blank. So, let me see. Then after that, the Celtics beat the 76ers 121-114. Kyrie led Boston with 40, 10, and 3. And B led Philly with 34 and 16. That game went to OT though. Kyrie hit a crazy shot over Jimmy Butler. It was all good though. It was a tough shot. He missed it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But they were Boston. They got to figure it out, man. Boston got to figure it out because they went 2-4 after an 8-game winning streak. Like, they got too much. When you got too much, you're trying to settle. cater to people and trying to fit people in, and salaries match up with minutes and free agents and what they trying to do, and it's just too much. You know what I mean? But I mean, they can't get rid of it. Having too much is a good thing. You'd rather have more, you know what I'm saying, than have less, right? But when you have excess, that's when it's the problem. So they'll figure it out. Should I say the second game? The Rockets defeated the Thunder 113-109. Harden 41. I think I did. Harden back to his stuff now. With no CP3. They bought. So the Lakers beat the Warriors 127-101. Kuzma led LA with 19 and 6. Iguodala led Golden State with 23. Now, James had 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists at the time of his injury. Lakers led by as much as 31 without LeBron in the second half and a 26-point routing. LeBron had his MRA, came back negative. Lakers was plus 12 in the final 16 minutes and 9 seconds without LeBron per ESPN. They was balling, didn't let down. I saw the Warriors coming back. They got that shit down to like 2 or 3. I'm like, man, this looked like the old Warriors. Then the Lakers turned it back on. Rondo was balling. They all was balling. Okay. Curry had the same injury and missed 11 games this season. He had an article. They asked him about an undefeated article on ESPN. He's like, man, LeBron needs to just take it easy, because the groin is one of the things. If you let that joint linger along, this is gonna be with you the rest of the season. Just get healthy. But the Lakers are in a situation where they're like 2 games out of first place in the conference and 2 games out of the 14th place in the conference. Like, they can't afford to be losing no games like that without Bron. And now we know they got another injury I'm gonna get into in a second. But the next 4 games for the Lakers, they got the Kings. They got the Kings again. No, they got the Kings, the Clippers, the Kings, and the Thunder. So here in that order. So last night they lost to the Kings on the last second 3 without James or Rondo. It was a good shot. They just lost the game. Now on the 28th, which is tonight, they play the Clippers. Then they got the Kings on the 30th. Then they got the Oklahoma City Thunder on January 2nd. So the bad thing is now Rondo's out 4 to 5 weeks, right? With his second surgery on his shooting hand of the season, man. So it was a favorable schedule. I'm thinking you have Rondo, because Rondo calms things down like more than Lonzo. He calms it down that everybody can run it. He run it like LeBron runs it. So without Rondo in there, now them young Lakers got to do what they do. They can show their promise or show their trade value, pretty much. So how many games should LeBron take off? Confidence in the clutch? We saying Brian got to take off probably these 3. He might be back after. I mean, for the Thunder game after the New Year. Now, LeBron's birthday is on the 30th. He turns 34. So Father Time is not on his side. Father Time is undefeated, and you know that's why the Lakers need to be in win now. We can't wait. Like, I know they're gonna decimate their team in the trade deadline. Probably go after AD. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's going to be a crazy thing, because if you decimate the team and then you ain't got nobody and LeBron get hurt and then you got AD, but you can't go with the what ifs though. But Rondo out 4 to 5 weeks, that's a month. So Rondo ain't coming back to February. And they might even just hold him out to after the All-Star game, depending on how he playing. So, and we know what's coming on with the Warriors, because Boogie is coming back. So now Boogie coming, and he's going to get his first taste of the season, and now we're going to see how that works. Because one thing the Warriors do need is rebounding, because my man from the Lakers, slipped my mind right now, he got mad rebounds on Christmas Day. Mad rebounds. So, in the final game on Christmas Day, the Jazz beat the Blazers 117-96. Mitchell led Utah with 19. Lillard led Portland with 20. I didn't watch the game. I wasn't in you know, by that time I was tired. I forgot what I did. No, we was playing 2K. I was playing 2K with the boys, so that's it. So it was a good day for basketball, though. It was long. 5 games is a lot, starting at noon, and I was out there, so that was like 10 in the morning, I think the game came on, the bus game. Yeah, it came on at 10 out there. So I was 10 and 10 in the morning, so I was watching basketball all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was a great day to watch some games, though. Great day to watch some games. So I watched when I got back in the mill in the city. It was an NBA TV like documentary type of joint. It was the Splash Brothers and the Bad Boys. NBA TV special, man. It was good. Y'all got to watch it. It's must watch. Got to see it. Great questions, candid, informative, great history they were throwing out there. Like how just everybody know that Steph had the record for most threes in the game. Then Clay broke it this year. Then Steph won a 3-point contest in the final against Clay one year. Then Clay came back the next year and won. That never happened. How Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars are the only backcourt to win back-to-back NBA finals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that you don't know. They was talking about their eras and how the dominance of Jordan compared to the dominance of LeBron. That was a really, 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 really good show. So anytime y'all get some minutes, go ahead and watch that joint, because I believe you will not be dissatisfied. Now, this whole Duke this whole Duke's 4 versus the Fab 5, I don't know about that. There's no comparison, first of all. There's no comparison. Let me tell you why. For the culture of hip-hop, these cats at Duke right now ain't doing nothing for the culture of hip-hop. They're not changing nothing. They ain't making little kids want to do nothing. Michigan made us want baggy shorts. We all had them little shorts in high school. Them throwing joints came down mid-thigh. We had to wear compression shorts up under our stuff so we can sag them a little bit. There was little shorts. Michigan had the baggy shorts. Michigan had the black socks. Like Jalen said on the Fab Five documentary in the book, we went and got some dress socks because they was protesting something that they didn't like. And then they ran with it. Nike made the black socks. The Huaraches. Classic shoes forever. Them Huaraches. The white, the purple, and black Huaraches. Had to have a pair of those. I got some red and black suede joints. They all red suede. Yep. And them Barclays. Them black Barclays with the gray with the strap. Man, had to have those. Had to have those too. I mean, we were out my senior year. What year was that? Damn. Was that my sophomore year? I think, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was. I think in my sophomore year when they had them joints, I'm like, oh, I seen them at the store. I had to have them, but I couldn't get them. They were like $130 back in the day, right? Right now you think $130 for a shoe down there cheap almost, because it's crazy. But yeah, there's no comparison to Duke's 4. They're exciting. They're good players to watch and all that stuff. But Michigan and what they did for the culture, you know what I'm saying? And it was Michigan, not Duke, right? You know, Duke was always looked at as prestigious university, but now they're getting these urban cats up in there that makes them more fluid and liquid and make them look real good. Coach K is a mastermind, but Michigan was that you can't compare that. It's just like comparing Jordan and LeBron. You can't do it. Some people will say stuff, but there's no comparing Jordan and LeBron. You can't do that. Ask them cats. That's aficionados of the game, y'all. So, moving on. Let's get into our NBA top 5 week 10 power rankings. I got the Raptors at 1. Got the best record in the league. Got the Warriors at 2. Nuggets at 3. They got like tied for the best in the West. Got the Bucks at the 4, the Thunder at the 5. They're making moves. Houston can be tied with the Thunder too, or the 76ers. They're all coming. But everybody can't be top 5. But you know, I'm liking how Paul George playing. It's almost like Westbrook is deferring to Paul George a little bit. I don't know. Gotta take a closer look at that. Just jump into our NFL Week 16 final power rankings. So our number 1, I got the Saints. Man, I still think Patrick Mahomes gonna win the MVP, but I can't be mad if they throw it to Drew Brees. They're 13-2, number 1 seed in the NFC. This weekend, no Brees, and Teddy Bridgewater will have his first start in 3 years. Shout out to Bridgewater. He had a horrific knee injury, so I'm glad to see him out here getting his start. Number 2, I got the Rams, 12-3. There we have no Gurley for the second straight week. They pretty much got the second seed just locked up or whatever. Number 3, the Chiefs at 11-4. I'm telling you, when they lost that running back, when they lost my running back, it went downhill. You know what I'm saying? He was on one of my fantasy teams. You know what I'm saying? It went downhill. So, I mean, a little bit. He was a real big piece of what they did though. They're 11-4. And I got them tied with the Chargers at 3. They're 11-4 as well. They're the hottest team in the AFC. They're playing very well. We all know the Chargers. They look good, get to the playoffs and choke. But this year, they're looking very, very good. I can see them making the AFC Championship game, even beating them somebody, because they did go beat the Chiefs. And number 5 got the Bears, 11-4. Khalil Mack, you traded him from Oakland. The pressure you needed in Oakland, he doing in Chicago, making Chicago one of the best defenses in the league, getting cats to the Pro Bowl on defense because of Khalil Mack in effect, and other people shining. So is what it is. Mitchell Trubisky out here doing his thing. So that's pretty much it for me, y'all. Like I said, this was longer because I had stuff. I went on vacation. I was supposed to do it before I went on vacation last weekend, and I did. Now I'm back, and I got it in for y'all. So look for that episode 62 will be our year in review, top sports stories, talk about some hip hop, my album of the year, my movie of the year. Just real simple. You want to go to the in-depth, going to be on a Love Affair Discussions with Kels podcast. That's going to be episode 21. So that's dropping tomorrow. That'll be dropping tomorrow. The audio drop tomorrow. The YouTube version will drop on Sunday on the 30th. So I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa. We in day 1, 2, 3. Day 2, 26, 27. Day 3 of Kwanzaa. So check it up. See what's going on with it. Celebrate it. If you celebrate, if not, happy holidays to everybody that don't celebrate nothing. We with y'all too. So remember, whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Stay woke and get out. Gold ball or bust. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, YouTube, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes. It's important. Visit us on Facebook, Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. We out. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.